welcome back to my channel, and as promised, today we're going to be reading an article entitled GM Food Deregulation Derailed from Now. This is from the Light paper, a truth paper, a free online and paper version paper. The link will be in the description. Feel free to go to the website where you can download and read these papers for free. And hold on one sec, I need to get used to this. Right, there you go. No, next one. Okay, so this is, go back to that article, GM Food Deregulation Derailed for Now by Liz O'Neill. And of course, if you like this video, do all the normal things, like, share, subscribe and all that jazz. Okay. At the end of July, the House of Lords debated an amendment to the Agriculture Bill that would have given the Environment Minister the power to decide what does and does not count in English law as a GMO, genetically modified. Okay. The agri-tech lobby had been trying to persuade the government to adopt the proposal designed to lead to the deregulation of gene editing techniques since the spring. In brackets it says Thin Ice 55. I've got to be honest, I'm not sure what that refers to. However, late in the evening of the last day before Parliament's summer recess, Amendment 275 was withdrawn. GM Freeze worked in partnership with Beyond GM and GM Watch to demonstrate to ministers that British people want proper safeguards, not an open door for new kinds of GMO. Many of our members and supporters wrote to ministers and their own MPs. Our voices made a real difference. Thank you for stepping up when it was needed. However, this was just the first stage in what could be a long and difficult fight to safeguard our food and our farms. The Agriculture Bill has a long way to go before becoming law, and it is possible that other damaging amendments will be proposed. Regardless of the bill, Lord Gardiner of Kimble, who is just a junior minister in the Department for the Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, known as DEFRA, announced during the debate a public consultation on the status of gene editing will be launched in the autumn. There needs to be much more public discussion about just what gene, or genome, editing is and how its use could impact our food, our farms and the natural environment. However, no details are available yet on the format or scope of the planned consultation, so it is hard to know whether it will actually consider our concerns in a meaningful way. The debate in the House of Lords revealed a great deal of support for high-tech approaches to farming and a scathing attitude toward those of us who recognise that GM has no place in a responsible, fair and sustainable food system. The risks of using gene editing to produce our food are well understood by those who have been watching developments, but new studies are always helpful in demonstrating just why this new form of GM needs to be very tightly regulated. In July, the well-respected scientific journal Nature ran a news story with the headline, "CRISPR editing wreaks chromosomal mayhem in human embryos." Highlighting new research showing that the most high-profile gene editing method can cause large unwanted changes to DNA, the article stated that 3 new studies heightened safety concerns about heritable genome editing. The research was focused specifically on embryos, but we hope that those claiming that gene editing is precise and predictable will take on board the words of a genome editing specialist quoted in the article. This is something that all of us in the scientific community will, starting immediately, take more seriously than we already have. In August, the journal Environmental Services Europe published a scientific paper highlighting a wide range of errors associated with genome editing. The paper states that genetic errors caused by the genome editing process have potential implications for food, animal feed and environmental safety. and that genome editing should not be used in agriculture unless there is a robust, expanded GMO risk assessment that includes protocols to identify genetic errors and how they could impact on safety. Two interesting findings of the study are that significant changes can be made without the addition of new genes, and rather than replacing older GM techniques, the production of many genome-edited plants actually incorporates older techniques as part of the process. In September, a group of NGOs, that's non-governmental organisations, and associations including Greenpeace and the International Federation of Organic Agriculture Movements, IFOAM or IFOAM, published details of a new detection method for the first gene-edited crop being grown at scale, the SU canola, an oilseed rape engineered by US company Cibus, that's CIBUS, to withstand spraying with certain herbicides. Peer-reviewed and validated as meeting the appropriate EU legal standards, the new test is open source, so is not controlled by the company that produces the GM crop. SU canola is not authorised for import into Europe, but as it is not treated as GM in the countries where it is grown, the US and Canada, testing is urgently required to ensure that it is kept from our food chain. With the GM industry dragging its heels on detection, the new test is an important step towards the overdue proper regulation of gene-edited GMOs. Greenpeace EU Food Policy Director Franziska Achterberg said, "Some have claimed that gene-edited crops cannot be found and therefore cannot be regulated under the EU's GMO regime. We have shown that GM crops created with gene editing can be detected. There are no more excuses for failing to apply existing GMO safety and labelling requirements to these new GMOs." Okay, so that's the end of that article. I'm not sure if actually there are any more articles in this edition. No, there are not. So that's the end of the November 2020 edition of the Light Paper, a Truth Paper. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I shall see you next time, where I shall be starting to peruse and read the December 2020 edition. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.